Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me see. Bet. Hmm. Bet. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. What's that? The what? No. The what? This. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. What's up, Huckleberry? What's goody? Message retracted. I am from TikTok. Hey, what's good? What's good, bro? Y'all from TikTok? Yep. Bet. Yep. Bet. Bye. Okay, sorry, I was on the phone real quick. What's good, guys? What's up? Sorry if this. Um, I'm gonna just stay on the chat for a little bit to some more people get in here, and then we'll go ahead and look at some of the charts. Just gonna wait a little bit. What's good, Jordan? Sam, Mark Twain? Is that how you say it? What's good, guys? What is that? So we're just gonna give it a few minutes, just a couple minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and get started because this is only gonna be like 10 minutes. But I just thought it'd be good if I can like just bring you guys into the screen so you guys know what I'm talking about on certain things. So we'll go ahead and do that. Very new investor bet, bro. Yeah, Dominic. No, it's really good. We just need to just take it one step at a time, and no, it'll be fun for sure. Yeah, yeah. Mm-mm. Okay, I'm gonna just pull this up real quick so I can see your guys' questions when I go on my thing. Hold up, give me a second. Oh, bro, I don't know what you guys been seeing what's going on lately. If you guys been watching like the when Trump was going live today, it was crazy. Sometimes I like to, wow, that's crazy. Um, you need you need to be 18 to have your own account. But if you're not 18, you can have an account under your parents. So you don't use VWAP or RSI when trading. I'm about to show you guys exactly what I use when I'm trading actually. And then based off of this video, you guys can send me or put in the chat. After this video, everybody comment. Everybody comment what you want, what you need. And I will literally go through every single comment and figure out what videos to make next for you guys. Like you guys can even, I don't know if it'll let you comment right now, but you guys can even comment from right now. Comment what you want to know and I'll figure it out. Swing trading keys, yeah, we'll go over swing trading too. What's up, Michael? Italians, what's good? What's up? Some of you guys have like your real names, so like I'll call you by that. Then it's kind of weird. I don't know if I call you by like 100 Mark Twain was good, but yeah, when we get just a couple more people, we're going to go and get into these charts. Actually, let's go right now. Y'all are on time. Let's get it. All right. So I'm just gonna break down like AYTU real quick for you guys. So AYTU is a small cap stock, right? So first thing first, what I do with this, I would go to yahoofinance.com, right? So first, let me show you guys how I find the float and the market cap for these stocks. Let's Now I was just trying to read some of your guys' stuff real quick too. So AYTU. Let's go to the statistics. After you pull that up, it'll be on one of the top tabs right here. So AYTU has a market cap of 50 there. That's considered small. So anything 200 million or less for a market cap is considered a small cap stock, right? So then what we're going to want to do is look at the float. The float is 22 million. So that's okay. And usually I don't really like to trade stuff that's 15 million or more. So I like to stick with anything 15 million or less when I'm going long. So like, for example, AYTU, the reason why I traded it, even though it was more than 15 million float, look at the volume on this thing, 83 million volume. We're literally experiencing volume way larger than we have been the last year or even the past months. So with like AYTU, the first green day, let me show you on the chart. On TD Ameritrade, up here is where you go find the charts, and I'll go to 1 year, 1 day. So now what we're looking at, each candlestick that we're looking at is 1 day, right? So this was the first green day for AYTU. That's why it skyrocketed. The first green day on penny stocks / small cap stocks is the safest way to go. Trading on the first green day, right? So then what I will do is go to the 5-minute chart, and this is the past 5 days. And I'm going to go ahead and put in support and resistance levels for you guys so you can understand just that. So right here, I can see right here, there's a support, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. Oh, that's crooked. Let me remove that. That's crooked again. So right here we see a support, and we know this because the price was bouncing off of $1.34 twice, and we can see every time it came down to this line, it was bouncing. And where did it get rejected? Right around here at the $2.38 level. And so AYTU has been releasing a lot of news, and I know a lot of you guys wanted me to break this one down because you guys didn't know if you should swing this one or hold this one or what. But in my opinion, I don't like to hold any stocks overnight because you don't really know what they're going to do. I like to trade when I know they're going to do something. So for example, let's go into today. Let's go into today. I know some people took some trades on it. So when the market opens, you don't just jump in, right? You don't just jump in right here when the market opens just because there's news, right? What you want to do is you want to watch it. If the stock gap's up the next day, you want to watch it and see how it reacts. And guys, I know you guys are posting a lot of questions and stuff like that. I'm gonna take about 5 minutes at the end to answer those because we're only gonna go live for about 15 minutes, and then what's it called? We're gonna go live for about 15 minutes, but then I'm gonna get back to everyone's DMs, reply to everybody, and try to answer everyone's questions so I can get the next videos ready for you guys. But make sure you guys have questions ready so I can hurry up and answer them for you. So, for example, right here, we can see there's a clear resistance at market open. So I'm going to put this resistance right here, and this is how we're going to break down this stock. So now I know, before this happens, if I zoom in, I don't want to trade this until it chooses a direction, right? This thing, it's kind of pulled back, but it's not really making a decision quite yet. And then it rips it and breaks this morning resistance along with the pre-market resistance as well. That's why there was such a big burst, because a lot of people were trying to short this stock, when a lot of people, especially when there's news and the volume is there, which then when momentum buyers start buying, short sellers start to cover, creating a huge buying pressure. And then if you guys can even see, this is a little pattern you guys will pick up on. They call it the flag pattern. And the flag pattern doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work. When you see this flag pattern right here that I'm pointing out with my cursor, that means that the stock is about to make a decision. It does not mean it's going to break out, but it means it can break out or break down, right? So it just has to make a decision, and nobody knows whichever way it's going to go. The way I like to trade these is sometimes you can trade these 2 ways. Let me show you guys 2 ways you can trade this. So if you see a flag pattern like this right here, there's big ones, there's small ones, but that little pattern that I'm talking about that you guys can see right here, you can either go in with a small position if there's momentum, right? So this is with volume kicking in as well. So if you guys recognize down here, you see the volume like picking up at the same time. If I see the volume picking up and I see buyers on the bid, and I check my time and sales right here and I see the orders actually coming through right here, then that is going to give me a bigger indication that maybe I want to get in. But if I get in before the breakout level, and the breakout level is right here where my cursor is, if I get in before the breakout level, I will want to go in with a small position first. Because if you go in with your full account size or a big position at first, this doesn't mean it's going to break out. This could break down and you will instantly lose money. This is a penny stock, and small cap stocks move big percentages. So that's why you can capitalize them with good profit, but you can also lose a lot if you're not careful and don't use the right techniques or strategies, right? So that right there is what we will call averaging up. That's right there is what we'll call averaging up. And so say you add your first position right here, you would want to immediately, when you get into any trade, you always want to put a stop loss in place. So personally, I would put a stop loss if it were to break this support, right? So if I get in with my initial investment, let's just say I go in with $500 right here, right? Say it doesn't go my way, and I get in right here. What's that? And I lose about, we'll just say I put my stop loss at about 2%, right? So if I'm wrong, I'm losing 2% on $500. And say I put another order to buy if it breaks out, to buy another quantity of shares. Let's say another quantity of about 500. So now I have doubled my position. I'm in with 1,000. That's why I would buy my next amount of shares, because that's what we call averaging up. And you never want to average down. If you get in a position and it goes against you, never put more money into it. Especially for a beginner, you will blow your account up. Trust me. So what I do is I'll average up and buy out of that breakout level. Or another way you can do this is, if you don't want to average up, you can even put in a stop limit order to let it automatically buy shares when it breaks this level automatically. And but when you do that, you just have to know when you buy this volume right here. See this volume? You're gonna have to keep an eye on it. Volume is probably the most important indicator. Price action, which is just the candlesticks going up and down, and the volume bars is what's going to be your go-to for sure. So like if you recognize right here, this is the volume average. For those of you confused how I got this line through the volume, I will go right here to studies. You will go to volume average right here. So you'll type in volume average here. I'll just do it for you guys. So if I exit that out, I type in volume AVG, and there it is right there. Add selected, apply, and that's how you apply that. And if you guys like my EMA line, the other way you would apply that is you go there again. I have it right here. And then you would just type in exponential moving average exponential. And then that's exactly how you apply it. And you guys can look at my settings and my indicators, because I get questions and so many DMs every day talking about what indicators do I use, how do I have them set. So you guys can see them right here. This is exactly what I do, and this is what I use. So those are the indicators I use, and that's just a little flag pattern. But I just wanted to use that to show you guys that just because a stock in the morning comes out with good news, you don't buy on the market open. Like you want the stock to take time so it can make a decision and figure out which way it wants to go. So here, I'm going to look at more questions now and answer those. Let me see. So yeah, I just kind of explained when to enter and when to get out. And you want to make sure you have profit targets. So just because the stock is running up, you want to make sure you identify near resistance levels. So for example, on AYTU, guys, this is you guys don't want to just get in without being educated. Look, you always want to put in your resistance levels. I can see that there's a clear resistance right here at 236, 237 area, because that's where it capped out last time. So that's why we know, okay, if this stock breaks out, I may want to think about selling when it gets to this price level, because that's a resistance. We know that's where the selling pressure will occur. And let me just look at some of your other traded AYTU. So yeah, see, a lot of you guys made money on AYTU today, which is amazing. Yeah, so you don't guys, just please take my word of advice. Like, yes, you might get lucky sometimes holding them overnight, but I will really recommend not holding small cap penny stocks overnight. Like right now, there's a little bit of a hype in the market with the healthcare sector going on with the pharmaceutical companies, but they can still do anything overnight, and you don't want to put your hard-earned money into anything you don't know the outcome of. Airline stocks are getting boosted from the aid. I'm glad you guys brought that up. So let's go American Airlines. If I pull American Airlines up, I don't know if you guys were watching the news today, But if you were watching the news today and you were watching American Airlines, right here, if I zoom in, this is about at 140. Yeah, so this is about 140. And if you look at what time the news came out down here, Trump was on TV talking about this. And as he speaks, this has a direct correlation with the overall market. Not the overall market, but with the overall airline companies. And as he was speaking about them, they skyrocketed because the feds are going to try and dump, or the airlines are looking to seek $15 billion. What did I say? $50 billion. The airlines are looking to get $50 billion. And that may hold the stock up maybe for the week, but we don't really know. And also, if we look at the long-term chart, I mean, if you look at the overall market, guys, on the SPY, it's going to turn back around. Like, this is the overall market, guys. And I get this question a lot. People ask, when should I invest? When should I invest? When should I invest? Look how sharp this sell-off is. This is what the overall market looks like. If you want to look at the overall market, type in SPY. That is the S&P 500. And look at this sharp sell-off. I'll go to the past 4 years. Look at the sharp sell-off in the market. This is what people are talking about when they say a market crash. Because of the sharp sell-off in the market. The market is dumping, right? And people are wondering, oh, perfect time to invest, when nobody knows the bottom of the market. Yes, you can probably invest right now at the current price, and yes, eventually it'll go up. But if you want to get the best price possible, you want to catch it as it's going up, not as it's dumping. Because if you buy the dip and the dip keeps dipping, you're going to get scared, probably sell your position for a loss, and then it'll eventually recover. That's why you don't just want to buy it just because it's dumping, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people are really taking the opinions from others, and I just have to say it's very important for you to think for yourself, because a lot of people will lead you the wrong way. Don't even just take my opinion for it, like, or don't take my word for it. Like, do your own due diligence and have your own opinion. That's what's extremely important here, because if you want to become a self-sufficient trader, you're gonna have to figure out this stuff on your own, and you're not gonna be able to rely on anybody. And I understand it's difficult when you first get started, but that's just how it's going to have to go if you really want to learn. I'm just going to let you guys know, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a real career real traders go into and make money in. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. So don't just put your hard-earned money in to something when you don't really know what's going on. If you feel nervous when you're getting into a trade, you probably just don't understand what's going on, or you're using too much money in that trade. So, but this is AAL. I know a lot of people were putting calls on this. We'll see if it can hold up this next week. I know a lot of people are trying to do call options, stuff like that. I don't currently trade options or anything like that. I trade small cap stocks still, and I'll still make another YouTube video on that. Basically, like me breaking down exactly my process in the morning from beginning to finish. So yeah, and right now I'm not even in. I don't have all my equipment. That's why the lighting's pretty bad. The video quality is probably a little bit grainy on me. Like, it's just because I'm using the camera for my laptop, because all I have is a laptop. And I just thought I'd get something out to help you guys. But let me see some of the other questions. Let's see over here. We have, oh yeah, Airbus, Boeing. Yeah, just keep an eye out for those type of stocks. Keep an eye out for that. What platform should I use when I start? This is the one I use is TD Ameritrade by Thinkorswim. I recommend it. It's a very good platform. It has all the tools you need as well. So volume begins to increase, then that's when it's signs of a breakout or breakdown. If volume begins to increase, you have to see what type of volume it is. And what I mean by that is, if you check the volume down here, as you see the volume increase, you want to check right here, time and sales. You want to see if the price is actually going through. So you see that this 1590 is green. That means people's transactions are going through 1590, and this is the quantity of which they bought. So this is basically the receipts, and this is the pending orders. This is level 2. And also, I'll make other videos if you want me to explain this and show how I apply it when I'm actually trading. But you just have to make sure the buying volume. You have to make sure the volume is buying volume. Just because there's volume doesn't mean it's going to go up. Volume just means there's volatility. That's where the root word comes from. There's volatility, but you need to make sure you double check that. How do you know when the stocks are going up? That's kind of ish what I just kind of explained. How I can. Would you be able to give a quick recap? Thank you so much. Yes, no problem. Like, we didn't really go over much today. I just wanted to show you guys the platform I use and the things I look for. So this video isn't going to be like too organized, anything like that. I just wanted to post this and get it out there so like you guys can see and just understand exactly what I look at when I'm trading as a trader. because I still feel like a lot of you guys, based off the questions I get, which is it's okay. A lot of people are still confused, like what I'm even looking at. I think some people are trading without charts, which is not very smart. But I'm here to like help and lead you guys in the right direction for sure. I'm using Robinhood right now. Any advice how to succeed as a beginner? Yeah, I would say use TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim right here. This platform you can do paper trading. There's so many useful videos on YouTube, guys. Not even like other traders on YouTube like that help explain certain things, like help explain how to get TD Ameritrade started, stuff like that. Just use your tools to your advantage so you can speed up your learning curve a little bit. Would you recommend dividend paying stocks? Yeah, it's good. It just depends on what type of financial goals you want to reach personally. Do you have to have a laptop to trade? You don't have to have a laptop to trade, but I would say especially for day trading, it is needed. I would say that. Do you have to be 18 to paper trade? You have to be 18 to open a brokerage account. So when you open the brokerage account, you can, with TD Ameritrade, you can choose to switch between paper trading or real money. Excuse me. How many mods do I have in my Discord channel right now? I think about 2 or 3 right now. So I can learn about this. What do you think about mRNA? Here, I'll double check that out for you. Let's see, mRNA. Okay, so mRNA obviously had a pretty big push. US coronavirus study. So this is where you guys want to go down here to check for the news. It's right here. It should be a tab on the side. You can go right here. That'll give you the news. Okay, it's pushing up. Let's see the overall. Overall, oh wow, this thing is very volatile. Let's see, mRNA. I remember this stock. I've traded this before. I believe sometime over the summer. So I'll type that into Yahoo Finance. Statistics. So make sure you guys are paying attention how I get around and work my way around in Yahoo Finance. Ooh, a $6.2 billion market cap. Float is massive. This isn't personally something I would trade because I don't trade large cap stocks. But large cap stocks, I will say, are better to dip buy. I don't think I had mentioned that to you guys. Large cap stocks will recover off of a dip buy better than small cap and mid cap. But you just have to know how to apply that. Don't just take it and run with it, but just understand large cap stocks are a little bit safer to dip buy. Or not a little bit, they are safer to dip buy. Doesn't mean they're going to go in your favor, but they are safer. So yeah, for mRNA right now, I mean, it has a catalyst moving it right now. So you're just going to have to watch in the morning, and it just depends if you're trying to look for a day trade or swing trade, right? What made you start trading? I started trading. My dad and my brother had went to a conference when I was in high school. I was about 18 years old. They came back home. I saw the charts on their laptop and stuff like that, and that's when I just got intrigued and took it from there. But whenever I go live on TikTok, I'll answer questions like that. Here, I just want to see if I can break down things for anybody before I hop off. Yeah, because I just wanted to hop on this live because you guys can see my screen, so that's perfect. So you focus mainly on penny stocks since they usually aren't large caps. Exactly. Like, I understand how all the other stocks operate and stuff, but I focus on trading one thing. I will say my biggest advice to some of you guys is to focus on one thing first, for sure. So focus on a certain niche in the market. If you want to be a swing trader, I would honestly recommend just trying to swing trade or just trying to do one thing first. When I first started, I was trying to trade this, trying to trade that, trying to trade this, and none of them really correlated with each other. So I was trading different every day, and it took war on my mental, and I was making bad trades here and there. So yeah, and if you guys want, I kind of have to start going here soon. I have a lot of stuff to get done because I leave here soon and I need to fly back home because the coronavirus stuff is getting pretty serious too. I have online school and things like that. So what's the difference between day trading and swing trading? Okay, great question. So day trading is when you buy and sell a stock in the same day. Swing trading is when you buy a stock one day and say you sell it tomorrow. That's a swing trade. Say you buy today, sell next week. That is a swing trade. So that's the difference. FTSV. Let's see. FTSV. That one has not a lot of liquidity. Personally, that's not something I would really trade. That's another thing that's important, guys. You want to make sure the stocks you're trading is liquid, right? And what do I mean by liquid? For example, Tesla is a perfect example. Tesla is moving. Although it's moving downwards, it's liquid. It's moving. There's volume there. There's liquidity there. You can get in and out of trades easy in this because you can make money when it goes down as well. If some of you guys don't know that. But like, for example, look at Tesla. It's not the chart. The chart isn't choppy. It's pretty consistent. Um, and look, I'll even draw in support and resistance lines for you guys right now. Look at that. That one, even that one line. You can see it pulls back in the morning, hits this level, gets rejected, consolidates a little bit, hits that level, breaks out of that level, hits a resistance, comes back down, and then it hits the same exact resistance level that it formed in the morning. So that's how you draw in your support and resistance levels, guys. You just read it on the graph, and the more you do it, the easier it'll get, and the quicker you'll be able to do it and find the support and resistance. See, I just leveled out all the support and resistance right there. So if you're day trading, you know where the stock may bounce off of, you know where the stock may get rejected at, right? So like right here, if I see this breaking down and I see it coming down right here, I know it's probably going to bounce at this level because it held this level, it had that support in the morning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times. So that's how I know there's going to be demand. I didn't even trade it, but that's how you may know there might be demand in this area, right? So if you wanted a quick scalp up there, you could do that. But let's see. What do you think about RCL? Let's look it up. RCL. It just depends. And you guys have to let me know if you're looking for a day trade or swing trade. But still, personally, this isn't something I would invest in going long. It's on a strong downtrend. You know, so it's not something I would. I like to focus on things that have an uptrend, and I know it's hard right now because the market isn't usually like this. Things aren't usually selling off. And another thing I need to mention real quick is the small cap stocks don't correlate with the overall market. If the overall market is dumping, that does not mean the small cap stocks are going to dump for the day. They don't really correlate. The Tesla, Apple, Microsoft stock, those big companies are the ones that correlate with the overall market. And let me show you. If I go to Apple, this is the past 20 days, right? And let me go to Tesla. And look how similar that is. And let me go to the overall market, the SPY. Look how similar all three of those trends are. You guys see what I'm saying? Are you guys catching on to that? Look, Apple, Tesla, and then the SPY. Look at all that. They all correlate with each other. This is the overall market, and the Tesla, Apple, all those stocks correlate with the S&P. So that's another thing you guys can look at. So when you guys are trading those stocks and you want to like trade options, I know a lot of you guys are trying to trade options, but that is something to be aware of. But more movement during recessions. Yeah, there's a lot more movement during recessions. I agree with you. It's hopeless. How do you find stocks pre-market? Okay, good question. So pre-market, I have all these stocks in my watch list right here, guys. And the way I got this, every single one of these stocks fits my criteria. So all I do is I open my laptop in the morning and I look at which one has the highest volume. And I look at the ones with the highest volume and I check to see if there's opportunity within those, if I can recognize any good opportunities. And if I don't, okay, I don't. I watch the market for the day. You don't have to trade every day. If you want to be a consistent trader and actually make money in the long term or consistently, you need to trade the same way every day. You need to find your niche in the market and trade the same way every day, right? So right here, like AYTU is something I saw in the morning. It had a lot of volume, right? So that's how I knew it gapped up. You know, OPGN I think had a huge squeeze. And I think I believe I mentioned this in the chat. Okay, yeah, I believe I mentioned this in the chat because after this, a lot of people thought it was just going to break down. But earlier I was saying when there's a overwhelming volume, when the volume is overwhelming the flow, it is likely to squeeze the shorts and cause huge momentum, right? Because of when there's too much buying volume or there's too much people leaning to one side, the opposite will happen, right? So when you guys can't always trade things that are a little too obvious or the opposite might happen. I know that's kind of confusing, but you need to take that in because I'm just being real with you guys. Like a lot of people are just saying like, oh, make this much, make 500 a day, this. Like no, I'm gonna just be straight up real with y'all how it is. What about banks like TD with high interest dividends? I haven't looked in the percent dividends, anything like that. I just trade the stocks, but I'll do one more. I'll look at one more. I'll look at one more stock. So I was gonna trade OPGN, but I was so focused on AYTU. You make some, you miss it. Yeah, it's okay, guys. Don't feel FOMO either. Like, don't feel like, man, I'm missing out or this and this. Because if you don't detach from that emotional connect, you're gonna make bad mistakes on your next trades because you're holding on to that. But let's see. We'll go over OPG and then we're probably gonna end it right here. And then I'll go live again later on TikTok. And just to walk around and just go live with you guys, just to answer more basic questions. But I just like to do this so I can pull up my computer and just show you guys what I'm talking about real quick. What was it again? OPG. It's I think you meant OPG because I can't find that. But I'll break down one more stock. So someone could type in one more stock. The first one to type in, and I'll break it down real quick for you. What's the deal with AYTU? Isn't it all pump? Okay, yeah. So AYTU, that's the thing. So usually these would dump, right? So that's a great question. Oh, sorry. So usually these would dump. Usually that's why I'm saying, guys, these stocks are acting weird. Like, I know a lot of you guys just came into the market, but these don't normally act like that. A lot of times they'll run up and they will dump. But the reason why this is holding up, bro, is because the volume is just overwhelming right now. The stock is experiencing so much volume that it's gaining a support, so it's hard to crack it, right? So that's why it's just, you have to be careful, and you have to know when it's okay to go long and when it's okay to short. What are your studies and how do you use them? Okay, I'm just gonna explain to you guys my studies and how to apply them, right? Real quick, let me explain the flow. I know most of you guys probably saw my video on the flow, and let me clear some things up and explain how you apply it. Because yes, that's how the flow works, but you have to know to apply it. Because just because there's more volume than the supply doesn't necessarily mean the stock price will push up. That means the stock price will move, but it doesn't mean up. If you get a lot of buying volume, that is a great indicator, especially on a small cap stock, if the float is rotating many times, because a lot of people that are shorting, when they see the float rotating so much, they're scared to short. And that's how you have to think. You have to think, where are the shorts scared at? And then that's how you know that's an area of opportunity for you. But I'm going to show you guys how I use the EMA line. And let me just take this off so it's a little more clear. But okay, so the EMA line is my blue line. The way I like to do it, if I'm going long, I like to buy on an uptrend when the when the candlestick hits my EMA line. For example, this just happened to work out really well. So like, see this, it pushes up above the EMA line, and you can see the buying volume kick in. Like, look how dead it was right here, guys. Look how flat it was. That line is the average. And then out of nowhere, just boom, a ton of volume is kicking in. So that's how I know that's buying volume, right? That is buying volume. It's volume, but it's buying volume. It's not just any volume. And then once it made that little flag pattern, and then I usually like to buy when it hits the EMA line. Like, you guys can even see right here, as it pushed up, pulled back near that EMA line, pushed up, made higher highs. I encourage you guys to only trade things that are making higher highs and higher lows, especially if you're just starting out, because if you make a mistake, it's a little more easier to recover from. And another thing is, you guys are going to have to look up risk management and position sizing, and don't worry, I'm going to go over more videos explaining all those things, but they're going to have to be more of like step-by-step videos. Yeah. Yeah, do you trade with both 1 minute and 5 minute? I actually do. I do trade with both. So I'll look at the 1 minute, and then I'll also go over to the 5 minute candlestick, because it's not as reactive. You know, you don't react as quick when you're using the 5 minute. And I like to use a 5 minute to find good entries. So right here, this is worth 5 minutes, and I actually like to buy off the 5 minute chart too. Like, that's something I did as well today. So that's a good question. So you can use multiple time frames to buy and sell off of. But yeah, no, guys, I'm gonna end it there. Just comment as much as you want in the comment section. I'll try to make more videos, and when I get back home, it's just because I'm traveling, so I just thought I'd spit this video out real quick, see if it could help anybody. But I'll have way better videos, way better quality and stuff when I can get back to all the right equipment I need to use and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I think we're just gonna go ahead and end it here. Now, make sure you guys put in the comments. Make sure you guys subscribe, follow the TikTok, my Insta, all the information is in the bio. Things like that, and I'll go ahead and get back to all your guys' Discord messages and stuff like that. So I've just been super busy, and right now in LA, like, it's low-key been kind of crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys been watching the news and stuff, but yeah, just gonna hopefully just try and get out of here and things like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna end it here. I'll catch you guys later.